What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to bring this video to you very quickly concerning Kamala Harris and the way in which she is already positioning herself to prioritize her people, which are Indians, over Black Americans, despite the fact that she's running heavily on the illusion that she is a Black woman, which she is not. She is an Indian woman. Now, as we discussed multiple times on this channel before, Kamala Harris does not have any policy or legislation that will be specifically benefiting Black Americans, and she said this out of her own mouth, that she would not be doing anything that is specifically for you.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because whatever benefits that Black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country, right?
Now, with all this being said, if Joe Biden wins, when she gets into office, because understand, if Joe Biden wins and he gets into office, it's really kind of Kamala Harris that's going to be president and dictating things. Because Joe Biden, let's be honest, he can't even form a coherent sentence at this point. The man has dementia. He doesn't know what's going on. So electing Joe Biden as president of the United States is electing Kamala Harris as president of the United States. And she already knows what policies that she will have in place that will directly benefit her people, which are Indian Americans. But before we get into that policy, I also want to highlight to you very quickly that recently Kamala Harris appointed an Indian American by the name of Sabrina Singh as her press secretary. So mind you, as she's out here campaigning on her so-called Blackness, she's supposed to be Black. She's an AKA. She went to a HBCU, ski-wee, pinky fingers in the air, right? She's supposed to be Black because of this. As she's promoting her Blackness and mainstream media is trying to convince you that Black people, she is Black too, so you need to vote for her, she's not promoting Black Americans in high positions to work alongside her. No, that's not what she's doing. She's promoting her own people. And I will leave the link to this article in the description below. Now hear me clearly. I have no problem with you prioritizing your people over any and everybody else. That really does not bother me. The only thing that bothers me is that you're sitting here trying to run on your Blackness. And you got mainstream media out here shoving down our throats that you're so Black, yet you're blatantly anti-Black. As it pertains to this alone, why not one of her sorority sisters? Why not one of her AKA sorority ski-wee sisters? Kamala Harris wasn't even thinking about you when it was time to fill this position. She went with her people, which are Indian Americans. Now let's move on to this article here at The Statesman. Indian origin Senator Kamala Harris promises to lift cap for employment-based green cards in the U.S. Now let's scroll down just a little bit and you'll see that as I read on here, Indian origin U.S. Senator Kamala Harris is in favor of lifting the existing pre-country caps for employment-based green cards, her presidential campaign had said, while asserting that 95% in line for legal permanent residency is primarily from India, China, the Philippines, and Vietnam. And now once you scroll down this article a little bit more, you'll see that Kamala Harris's campaign justified what she's getting ready to do when she gets into office by stating that Kamala believes we must do more to eliminate discriminatory backlogs and protect immigrant workers so they can stay in our country and continue to contribute to the economy. So understand, Kamala Harris has nothing for Black people as it pertains to making sure that the racial wealth gap will be closed. She doesn't have anything like that for you, yet she has legislation for her people lined up and ready to go. And this is not to mention the fact that Indian Americans are actually doing very well in this country. And I want to make sure to state all links to articles are going to be in the description below, so you don't have to believe anything that I'm saying. You can read this stuff for yourself. So here's the next article that I have for you, titled Report, Indian Americans' income highest in the U.S. And as you scroll down to the first paragraphs, off top, it lets you know right away, Indian Americans have the highest median annual household income at $100,000. And the U.S. Asian population that includes Indian Americans overall does well on measures of economic well-being compared to the U.S. population as a whole, according to the new report from Pew Research. Now, as you scroll down a little bit more into the article, you'll see that they continue to say, Indian Americans also fared well in terms of education, with about half of Asians aged 25 or older, 51%, having a bachelor's degree or higher, compared to 30% of all Americans in this age. In education, within the Asian origin group, Indian Americans have the highest level of educational attainment among Asian Americans, with 72% holding a bachelor's degree or more in 2015. Now, I read all of this to tell you that Indian Americans are doing just fine. They're doing very well in this country. And what Kamala Harris is attempting to do here is solidify their position in this country as doing very well. And not only solidify them, but make sure that they're doing better than you. She's running on Blackness, That's all she has as it pertains to Black Americans. But when it comes to her people, she has all type of policy and legislation for them. She's promoting them in high positions to work alongside of her. She has everything for her people, but not for you. But never mind all that, because Kamala Harris is still Black despite all of this. The disrespect by the Democratic Party and the mainstream media towards Black Americans is astonishing. They really feel as if you are stupid enough and so unintelligent that you'll just vote for Kamala Harris because she's Black. That's how stupid they think you are. Now, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to shut it down for this video. So make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. Also, make sure you text tdhiphop to number 33222. That is tdhiphop to number 33222. That way you'll get a direct text notification whenever I release a new video, but it also serves as a protection plan for myself in case YouTube ever gives this channel the axe. I will be able to send you a direct link to where you can find me next. All my social media links will be in the description below as well as pinned in the comment section. And lastly, but certainly not least, for those of you who have been subscribed for quite some time now and have a love and appreciation for the work that I put in on this channel, the number one way you can show that support is through Patreon. For only $5 a month, that'll help put me in position to be able to take TD Hip Hop Media off of YouTube. Remember, the goal is to grow independent of YouTube, not big on YouTube. Until the next video, peace.